It is Sunday, April 5th. Also happens to be Easter Sunday. So hopefully there won't be too much background noise, but there will be some. So everything is starting to wake up. It's raining a little bit, so I'm hoping I can get this done. Lots of things. There's some little dandelion in the middle there. Got strawberries that spread all over the place, in primrose, which are starting to pop out. The irises, I'm hoping, will start flowering. I'm in the middle of a big move here, though. Sage, lavender. I just moved this time, next to this time, and I trimmed that one a little bit. But you can see this big empty spot here, and it's because I took all of the strawberries out and moved them to the back because we're finally getting the wall taken care of here. And you can see it's starting to actively collapse, which is fantastic. A little bit of rain and she might be done for. Let me just stop thinking like that. But so all of this stuff up to about the rocks in front of the pecan tree there is all going to be taken out and angled and replaced. The retaining wall, river rock wall, it's going to be replaced with boulders, and that way we don't ever have to worry about people hitting the wall again. But what that has meant is me moving. I moved a bunch of sage, I moved my rue, I moved some penstemon, put one of them on the other side of the pecan. I left the irises for the moment. The phlox doesn't bloom for very long, so I'm trying to let it be till it's done. And then, I have a butterfly bush over there that was struggling to live. Hopefully she will like her new home. This is sea holly, I believe, that I planted from last year. And this is tough because I have such a seed bank built up. I was having things sprout. So there's nigella coming up. And I've seen some zinnias popping up, all kinds of little things that won't get to see come to fruition there. But that's all right. We'll start over. Columbine. It's my sedums. Prickly pear cactus, one of two sedum. And we're going to try and use as much of the rocks in the landscape as possible. So, but yeah, there's been a lot of change since last week. So the French lilacs, and they've already started sprouting buddies, which is awesome. So I guess we're gonna have this little hedge here at some point. Raspberry agastache, if that's how you say it, agastache, coming up. Lots of ferns. That's I think a Philadelphus. Lots of weedy type ferns. Fig. So I did move some strawberries back here. I didn't want to put too many in this area because they're going to be piling up rocks and potentially working here. So, didn't want things to get trampled. So I'm planning on probably pulling up the rest of those strawberries and things and just putting them in a tray. That's Weigela, one of three. And Weigela number 2. There's a French lilac in there. And the stone circle that has been here. That I dug up a few years ago. It's already getting sort of eaten by the mulch, so I might have to dig it up again. Let's see. We do have some things coming up here in our little swale that we made. Columbine. You can see the primroses everywhere. Columbine. never talk about the trees either. I forget about them. Plum, big plum, hazelnuts. These are American plums. And then sand cherries there. One very happy one and one less so by a lot. So I may have to move those one day because it's just silly. And there's Weigella number 3 in the middle there. See some gladiolus popping up that I transplanted last year. Here's the rue that I put in yesterday. Let's see, what else did I see while I was out here? I forgot to mention, but there's actually a dahlia already popping up, which is good, so I can get her moved to penstemon, witch hazel. She survived. Got to do something about this. I did put the butterfly bush here because a lot of water comes down. Can we even see that? It's barely, you can barely see it. That little twiggy guy, tiny thing. I actually put this in front of it as a marker so I would remember. But yeah, to get all the runoff from I emptied out all of my rain barrels yesterday anticipating a lot of rain, and apparently I didn't seal this one enough. Excellent. Good job, Anna. Okay, well, now that we have that. So yeah, a lot of rain, completely drained the rain barrels. And I guess I probably didn't get to fill that one up because I didn't close it off all the way. It's got a really hard, like the grommet's really big or something. Okay, so raspberry popping up all over the place. I was hoping my early spring chore would be to do something to sort of fence this up to where they'd have something to rest on, where I won't have to be climbing through brambles, but you know. Oh, and I'd also like to highlight for myself as much as anything the little hole back there. I'm pretty sure that's where our bear friend comes in and out of the yard. So there we go. All right, so raspberries coming up. Forsythia doing well. The cannas that I never planted also coming up. Sorry, big truck. Mullein. So we got all kinds of things popping up. There's some evening primrose. It's a wallflower, I think. Sweet pea. I've let a lot of the wild geraniums. I'm letting them have it. Oh, there's another one of the sages there. Cat mint. Salatsky pomegranate. But yeah, I'm like letting them be here. There's some clover, look like a little red clover there. They serve the bees, the wildlife, and they fill in. There's some that I find annoying, like this chickweed. I appreciate the mullein though. So another sage got moved here. I did sort of a line of them, hoping they'd be happier. I mean, honestly, I probably should have moved the 9 barks because they seemed less happy. Got some catmint in there. Oh, my first iris. Would you look at that? Ain't she purty? Yeah. About to have a bunch of them. Kind of glad I'm out here in the rain. More sages. Doing this because I might have missed them. More sages. 9 bark. Peonies popping up. Gardenia. Our mystery friends. I'm about to be able to identify that by the flower. peonies. Some more coming up back there. Clematis. I did move a penstemon and a little bit of yarrow up here yesterday. And these, I believe, are dianthus. And I don't know if I remembered that those were perennial when I bought the seeds, but I'm grateful that that's a zebra crossing dianthus. And I think the first of my Dracula dahlias is popping up. Also very exciting. There's the Arabian Nights behind it. Alright, let's finish up. Viburnum, fully blooming, which it didn't at all last year, which was weird, but glad that she felt like doing it this year. A little sad lavender. Oh, I almost forget these guys too. Fig tree. That's a transplant from the split one in the back. Little red maple that I thought was dead is not dead, has leaves. Paper bush, our Edgeworthia, which clearly she's about done, but she's got some sprouts, so that's fun. All this is scraggly, don't look at it too hard. Heuchera and hostas and heucheras. Elderberry is waking up nicely. Black mondo grass. Highlight my gargoyle friend that also needs to be covered up with mulch again. There are a million, as you can see, maple seedlings in here. Elderberry. This has not been high on my priority list, so it's just not happening. Got some Theajuga. Looks like it's blooming. Got an errant hosta in the back there. I think that's from the old hostas, different variety that I moved, so maybe I can move that too. More hostas coming up. There should be some columbines in here somewhere too. I did put some elderberry cuttings in the back there. I don't know if they're gonna make it. I didn't do anything but stick them in the dirt, but it's worked before. Maybe it depends on the amount of rain we're getting, I'm gonna guess. So yeah, everything here waking up. Finally got to some columbines. There we are. There should be more in here, but maybe they're not up yet. Those are just happier. Hellebore, heuchera, elderberry, another hellebore. Painted fern is making an appearance. Okay, why can't I? Hello. Dun, dun, dun. That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay. And heucheras and hostas. And last but not least, oakleaf hydrangea. That seems to be settling in, maybe doing a little better than she's done in a minute. Thank you for your service, ma'am.